Hello, Damasi. Someone come who are African professor one. One spokesperson with chief language to African professor one Nekasa. Subscribe, share, hit the notification bell anytime be a new video will come. But will be announced Akabi. Now hit the bell. No. There's a bell, a drummer said the bell, I will send you the alert. And to join the African professor one family, you movie conversation together. It's very, very informative. It's unscripted, it's freestyle. And there's some filter too. Means some be asked me, we are my way, subscribe, share, then enjoy conversation together. To one more time, Africa professor, and then come up person me do to me say the Ashantes were not taking or capturing slaves or people from the northern part of Gold Coast and send them to the Carribean, to Jamaica, to Seychelles Islands, Bahamas, somehow no, Kofobi didn't name a pedo falsehood, historical falsehood says somehow no. Asante for idea no mu ya say, Omono Konomu Chiwa, Musi no mo northern part, say Saiga market no near that day, or northern part, no ko. Tituana Yendi car no consisa womu free north, near Banya Beton more Cape Coast, na say, Domuko, Jamaica no near that somehow no. Jamaica for be no more Ghana, omu Jamaica no ne Seychelles near that omu claim Ashanti ancestry no enye true because mostly no more you know found here northerners from the northern part of Ghana to Ashanti Nibia wait a time just Ashanti tansa into so many levels no or tano just say appear in so many ways just say it translated itself into so many ways the or tano be time so tiny drew and to be how or town in such a way so who's or town. A been no guy be na me video be then say I see a friend with the Maya. No subscribers be brave. No ne na mo make you be say somehow no Asante for or more your friends Jamaica no be brave mo krem so ya Asante for na wo hwem a omo nyina northerners Ghana for no and I say slave no cry because so hwem slavery no e go for e be free Nigeria, e be free Benin, e be free Togo, e be free Angola, any your friends say Selenio, Senegal, no near there. And you know, how can you specifically say somehow no, omo no, omo free northern Ghana. You see, and you know, a time hunting and when your followers no more cancel. And you omo create say akwane say friend with the Maya ne. Or more we green like him, no. And yet true Asante me Asante for the no more years of call a slim or no more chichi. You notness no more Edoma Cotonum Domoko Jamaica. What kind of crap is that? Huh? And in person who said there are so various methods, so many ways you talk about history, so many ways you teach history. In person who say more Casa Asante for somehow no, now they were taking people from the northern part of Ghana. Gokus, no do mo omo aton omo do mo kofa Cape Coast. No do mo ko friends Seychelles Islands no ne friend Jamaica no ade no. Where? What kind of do they get this information through traditional method? Like when I say traditional methods, like read textbooks, historical narratives, or whatever, in order to gain foundational knowledge, through well-researched, textbooks, and I say they were taking history lessons, and I say through research, primary sources, one source on the same. That's what I say. Were they engaging in any other means through digital, format, say podcast, online, historical. Who wrote who put those information over there? And I said through critical thinking, because I can say there's so many ways, various ways we study or we talk about history. And we don't say the term will be somebody illiterate be, and I say some literate be and your followers be online, and I said on YouTube, and I said social media. No on pedo falsehood, and I said lies about Ashantes. And you're true. We're not can. Yes, dear Asante for because Asante for try chairman cause and cophobia sockets be. I try to take cancer so far Asante for say Asante for Costa market, Coco Slim, Echo Tuto, Cofa, Cotuto, Echo Echo, Chi, Yin Northern, near Tom, Yadomoko, Ogua, second Kusana over, now Omodomoko. Now, yea, Abrofon, what can go cry? Last people are Abrofon to me catch it me dominate you Asante for because now Asantefo didn't understand what I said. I see a trauma, I could go be so. That's what it is. Tell me, other tribes in our chief for them name, Fanti for them near that, Major Tuman Tuma, Name Consortima, Banumia, that in Omukosha for National. Musan son, born of 1844. Now Santefo come home. That's Santefo come home. Because nearly a year for no, Yene, I was cock for no, Yenu money, she no mutiado maso. Neda, Yakochi near Yadoma Coma or more, was say, he said. I go for gold, Nana, Omoni at home, gold, Numni, Omuse as a honey rich. Mokra, Monomati, Cape Coast, Costaria, no fra, as I was a balance for yeti room. That's what you guys say, near to your baby. And a young pat, I was cock or lie, be and the Abrafunu, they didn't understand what I said. All the other tribes in Goku they all succumb. And I said, they all, they ran, they ran like puppies to them. Then they were kissing the Akoskoko butt. Asantefo didn't do that. And the other Akochi slaves, in Kofa, Tiadwan, Akoskoko for. Yanuma Kuntokwa, the Yanias Akochi said, that's not what it was happening. And the dynamic say history, when you want to talk about history, you always have to consider the context and the connection or the link between different time periods and as a time frame. And then you also have to consider the prevailing cultural predicates and as what was happening at that time culturally. And you have to take all this into consideration when you're talking about people's history. And you just don't go and just open your mouth like a dummy and just talk about anything you want just because you have the platform to talk nonsense about other people. Because me, this is what I can take. Obi I was see on history, or a lawyer, or a way, now or can history about his or her people. Now, in the course of doing that, then he or she want to distort somebody's history, or just to at the expenses of somebody's history. No person no kind of history. And yet, true as before, now they go to the Sariga market and answer enough to sell to run up our brothers and sisters in the north and sold them into slavery in the Gold Coast. Because our Cape Coast. Because our brother normally enka. Almost in Tiasi say, Omuntimi near so. Omope ye seek a journal mope. Go to near the other artifacts, no person be we are. That's all they want to do. And it's a great war is out to quite it was because they want to dominate Asantes. The Asantes was the last tribe in the Go Kusa or Abrafono etimi capture a chair answer. And then I'm can say, if you want to talk about history, look at the context. And then, consider the context. And then look at the connections or the links between the different time frames. And then the prevailing cultural predicates. What is happening at that time. That's how you can talk history. You can really, really give a very, very good account of what you're talking about. Because there's so many methods. The person who's a mom, something for a coffee fair and coffee free seminar, do you consider the context? On what context? And within what context are you, coming out with this falsehood? And I said, what was the connection? What was the connection between the different time periods and the existing or the prevailing cultural predicates at the time? Do you consider that? If you say titi or the mother, it is history there. When you want to talk about be a bit more kind of history, but when you're talking about history, even critical thinking skills, is involved. Because when you talk about history, you also have to analyze the various perspectives to be able to compare and contrast the similarities and differences, in the events. And then you can also develop chronological understanding. So instead of a bit more placing all the events in their proper place. And you just don't jump and just stand and get a YouTube and I said, your friend said, social media and spin nonsense about Asante. Say someone Asante for cocoa. No. Most of them are kind of Asante for and Asante for young Krumani JB Dankwa. No, near the JB Dankwa, no, a lawyer for the Asante Confederation. Now, JB Dankwa, no near and Krumanum the Besuchre, the no Sajima Premper the seeking. Say, Asante for and can't Asante for no Sajima Premper for Asante and can't Gold Coast nyina ho a there's no way sa abrofo no ebeti asiama because Asante the essence of Asante Confederation more or less it was an independence. That's Asante for any independence that's why we wasn't so enthusiastic about fighting for the liberation of the Gold Coast. It be sorry no more kasa. Then they try to place somehow say Gold Coast and I say Ghana they started in 1957. But guess what? That's a bankruptcy. That's a bankrupt, presentation of history because because an American say you have to try to connect the links or the connection between the different time frames because without the past there's no way we can have the present. And how can you talk about Ghana 1957 and then trying to detach all the events and answer all the historical time frame predating 1957? Without the past, can we have the present? And then without the present, can we have the future? All these things, all these time frames build on each other. And to work person kasa history, masa make kujina baby. Na kasa, and just say who tears and kufu kasa, right there say either they are illiterates or the summer literates, or what you say. They just because of tribalism and I say because of hatred or more for certain group of people in Ghana they just distort history because there is no way so be as why do you have gained a foundational knowledge of foundational knowledge through well researched history textbook somehow Asante now they were taking people they were capturing people from northern region. Now asani omo to Cape Coast near the omuko you're selling into slavery mostly no the omuko Jamaica no near anti omuko Jamaica and kofono to omu claim say omu ya Asante for you omu ya Asante for me northerners we a time any sad dumb way of presenting issue we now we jina na mo kanti akwabi ese friend with my no masa obeja unkrasi some kasa ne they didn't say when ya oyi bia tan baby na kan so who person focus on trying to promote Africa in a positive way, in a united way. But don't try to pit one tribe and I say one group of people against the other. Because idea we you person yana and you will hear your time say Oko Jamaica so wako do so unko do yasi bi akohono. So wako do sense what ye say I omuwo wa Asante names no sani menema ukoha no omubisha say you are Asante ni ada ya. Anything because there's no way you don't know your history, you don't know the history of Gold Coast. And first of all, and again, Ghana did not start, and I say Gold Coast did not start in 1957. It started a long time ago. History built upon each other. History built on unfolding events. And there's no way so any baby some why you move dopa what kind of crane when your bias be able to say Ghana started. Ghana was founded in 1957. That's a bold-faced liar. Where the name Ghana started in 1957, but the country, the land, a Gold Coast a translated and I say changing into Ghana, it started a long time ago. There were a lot of people who fought with their blood and toil to make that Gold Coast what it is. And Sana, Kwame Nkrumah freedom fighters setting. And see, there's no any person be out talking about Ghana history be out ube place the timeline from 1957 be and that's all your bias, who you're dumb, who you're soccer, you don't even know what you're talking about. You just have some kind of hatred being a bigotry be a woman. And that's how I would say it. And yet true, once more time, it's never true, say Asante for and a course a suho, Northern Ghana, running up slaves, no more tom, not omdo Cape Coast, ne Cape Coast, Abrafonso de Omuko, your friend said, Abrafon no me etiadwan, maso mum payas and yes, your poems, and Tokano near Quan, no more then any aquatic company do Mako, Yakota Momna, then they look at us. They look at Asante with suspicion, and Asante also look at Kosikoko with suspicion. And what are you talking about? Pastor Munya long go na munya is a can go and read your history where because there's various ways we read history, and you can go through traditional way, engaging method through movies and Sani Manema and that's a digital podcast more knowledge, well versed in history, and that's a true critical thinking where you can be able to analyze various historical perspectives. Then you compare and contrast differences and similarities and all kind of stuff. And so now what you make, and I say you develop chronological, understanding of history to be able to place events in their proper order. And so what kasa, yes, I must shut your mouth up and nija and say, one more time, we African Professor, subscribe and share with friends and family. Talk to you another time. Have a great day. Bye.